So look, bro, guess what I got going on today? I'm gonna be doing another reaction video, and of course it's gonna be another Jubilee video, because I was going on Jubilee, I was just looking at their page and they actually posted a new video, so I was kind of like, okay, shit, why the fuck not? So shit, today the Jubilee video we gonna be doing is, has social media harmed these teens? So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about, teenagers and what their perspective on social media and how that experience has been going for them throughout their whole lives and shit like that. So we're gonna see how that goes, and we're gonna watch the video, and we're gonna jump right into it. So let me turn on this screen record, and shit, we gonna get into it, guys.
More recently, I did have a hate account on Instagram. They told me to kill myself and told me that I was ugly and that I looked like a clown. But then I realized they're only making fun of me because I'm giving them attention about it.
That's pretty much what it is.
I'm pro social media because I like to send memes to my grandma, I like to keep connected with my friends, but most importantly, I think it's a useful platform and tool.
I didn't know what a trans guy was before I was on TikTok. I just thought I was a masculine girl.
I have social media, but I don't use them. I kind of just have enough posts that doesn't make me seem like a loser.
I find it really toxic because everything's based off numbers. I just want to see how pro social media has helped their life, because it hasn't really helped me as a person.
I'm a content creator on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. I'd say that I would make $30,000 to $40,000 a month.
I'm anti-social media because of the present algorithms in place.
So do you think Instagram is the most detrimental social media?
So basically, so far, bro, if you have social media, what basically they're saying is, for the individuals who have social media and who actually have a following can actually make money or benefiting from social media. But those who get on it occasionally and just kind of post randomly, they aren't they're kind of hit or miss. They might be pro, they might be both. You might not know, but for the most part, it seems to be that for the most part that some of these people just have social media just to have social media, and they aren't, committed to it like the people who are with the huge following. So it isn't benefiting them enough for them to actually have it, if you get what I'm saying. So let's jump right back into it.
No, I think TikTok is. Because it's manipulating their users and taking so much information from them, and they're showing that through the For You page, and people don't care.
Hi, I'm Alexa. I'm 18 years old and I'm pro social media. And I love social media just because of the culture it brings.
Hi, I'm Phillips, plural. I am on the pro side and I just like to spread awareness.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm 16. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and a little bit of YouTube. And I am pro social media because it helped me meet a lot of other trans kids when I was struggling.
Hi, I'm Ella. I'm 15, and I'm anti-social media because I find it really toxic and competitive for myself.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm 18, and I am anti-social media, and I'm the CEO of a movement that works to kind of promote a healthier existence on social media.
My name is Emmy. I'm 16. I'm anti-social media because of personal experience and general anxiety.
If you requested to vote by mail, return your ballot today. It's easy. Follow all the
I want the pro social media people to go on the left, and anti-social media people on the right. I'm going to read out the prompt. If you agree, step forward, and if you disagree, stay put. I spend more than 3 hours on social media daily.
I definitely find myself scrolling for hours when I'm bored, and I definitely get sucked in and I can't stop.
For me, a lot of my school stuff got pushed to social media, all the clubs and orgs. Another one that's more personal to me is that keeps you in touch with your family. All my family's in Vietnam, so yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends are online, and I'm just on their accounts, hyping them up, or just texting them on Instagram, because I don't like to use Regulate.
Well, personally for me, when I'm on social media, it's because I have really nothing else to do. So I'm personally either scrolling, looking at people's pages, liking pictures. It depends on the circumstances, but Usually I'm on there for probably about 3, 4, maybe 5 hours per day, every day if I'm not at work. So that's what I'm looking like. Everybody who's in this category, everybody looks like they're kind of, since they're, I think, pro. So now, since they're pro, of course they're going to be on social media, a considerable amount. So yeah, 4 or 5 hours is probably a moderate range for them versus a person who is, anti, versus they probably on social media 30 minutes to an hour every day. So it just depends. But let's get right back into it.
It's definitely my #1 source of entertainment. I don't watch as much YouTube or Netflix, and I kind of just go through TikTok, and like that's what brings me joy sometimes.
Yeah, TikTok is easy.
Yeah.
So,
Short
like,
attention spans.
Oh yeah.
You get sucked in, like you go on for like 30 minutes and then you're just there forever, and that happens to me all the time.
But sometimes I spend more time comparing myself to others. Oh, I'm not getting that many likes, and it kind of brings me down.
But if I went on TikTok and I kind of just analyzed everyone and just was like trying to compare myself, then it would definitely bring me down. But just as a content creator, I just have the mindset of like, oh, this is what you make and maybe I can make it differently.
I want the disagrees to come forward.
Prior to a movement I started called Log Off, I spent about 5 hours on social media a day, and it was to talk with my sister who was in college, but I also got really bad repercussions about my body, and I felt really terrible after scrolling. But after I rethought about how I wanted to spend my time on there, it became much more productive. So I still spend time on like Instagram. It's just to like get a meme from my college sister or to like talk with friends that really bring me up.
I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok, but like I never open the app, like ever. I'm clearly not the skinniest, and like I have alopecia, so I'm losing my hair, and like I'll look on social media and like I'll see some like K-pop star and they're like a 00 with the longest hair on the planet, and they're like their skin is silk smooth. And when I take pictures, no matter what I do, you can see the whites of my scalp. So I don't take photos, and because I don't take photos, I don't have anything to post, and because I don't have anything to post, I don't see a point in opening the app. Plus, I'd rather spend my time reading.
So for her, this is a personal problem. Like, all of this has to do with you. So you feel insecure to the point where you don't want to post. So this is a personal problem, but it's a problem that a lot of people go through because, of course, everybody has insecurities about themselves that they rather not post. So, of course, you're not going to be on social media. So more or less, this is a personal problem for her, but, more or less for a lot of people, actually.
I used to be more meek and mild. I was just like, oh no, they're gonna comment I'm ugly and they're gonna hate on me. But then when TikTok started blowing up, one of my videos blew up, and I was just like, hey, they don't hate me. And I was just like, oh, okay, the confidence, it's coming in.
And I get 100 notifications a day from my best friend saying, I found this new video you would love. And I'll click on it occasionally, and I love the video because it's funny, it's short, and it like matches my personality. But it makes me really upset when like I FaceTime with my friend and she's scrolling through TikTok. It's really scary to see my friends kind of disconnect with me and just connect with these people they've never.
Anti-American hate attacking our military and police. That's Radical Raphael Warnock.
What do you think is the misconception pro-social media people would have about people who are anti-social media?
That we're narcs and that we kind of hate social media like parents hate social media. I don't think they really know our stories and know why exactly we don't want to exist on the platforms in the way that they are.
I've had hurtful things posted about me, and the thing about the internet, it's there forever, and it's not like a word that was just said to me on the playground. It's something that's out there and other people can see.
Social media makes you antisocial.
There can be communities found within social media, but my personal experience with it, and from a lot of stories that I've heard through Log Off, is that a lot of kids have lost people because of social media. And I think that that constant mindless scrolling allows you to kind of go into this bubble and just hunker down and to not really talk with people.
I know a bunch of kids that like don't know how to communicate.
Now with this, I completely understand what they're talking about. So with the younger kids and, the teenagers and stuff like that, when they're younger and then when they're going through stuff, they tend to get on social media, get away, so they get trapped in this little bubble, so they aren't able to actually communicate properly with other people. So I understand this little premise that they're talking about, so that's how they're trying to get it off as, because it makes sense because this definitely happened, so it's not like it ain't true, but let's just keep seeing what they're saying.
outside of like an emoji or like outside of like a picture, or like only have one picture face, and like we'll repeatedly take the same, like we'll stop everyone in the friend group to pick a wall and just sit there and pose and take 100 photos and stand there and wait. Be like, no, take one more.
I definitely like would base like entire friend groups to hang out and just take pictures. Like we wouldn't communicate, it would just be pictures just to post on Instagram. And then I would find myself that like we didn't even connect when we were hanging out. It wasn't quality time, because I feel like, oh, I have to get that perfect photo of all of us looking like we're having fun. Even if we're not, I just need to get that so I can post it.
After a while, you feel the pressure and everything. People start being people and they're just empty profile pictures. People will come to me and they won't know my name. They'll go by my screen name. And then I'm just like, am I human?
I like to ask questions in comments and ask like, oh, where'd you get that? Or, you know, like, what hair dye did you use? Or something like that, because I think it's a lot more engaging. Or I like to, sometimes I'll make my post, I'll make it a question, like the caption. I like to interact with like a lot of my followers through comments because I'm uncomfortable, you know, messaging them personally. It's good to like interact with the people that support you.
But what would you say to like bigger influencers like Kylie Jenner or like Kim Kardashian that can't have that interaction via the comments?
Yeah, and then Alex, some people just don't even reply to you. They'll just double tap, like the message.
Going off what you said about like making real human connection, have you ever like looked into like social media accounts that like promote that? Because I don't know if you guys know, we're not really strangers. If you guys know them, they have a card game. You don't know. Okay, so it's basically a card game where you have perception, analysis, and then reflection, and then you just have conversation like, or how are you really, or you know, if how like what would you name the chapter of this in your life, and then boom, we're in a 20-minute conversation that like she feels really low and she's trying to change, and you know, and I would have never thought that if this social media account didn't push me or didn't encourage me to have deeper conversations.
I agree, but I think the issue is with the algorithm in place, like that's not popping up on my feed. Like I don't
Right.
know that those exist. And because it's so expansive and because there's so much hollowness and mindless scrolling, like I've never found that. If I found that, I would have.
Well, specifically with her, it's basically when you're on Instagram, is what you like and what you view on Instagram that makes Instagram want to recommend you that same content. So if you're not on that type of stuff, it's not going to recommend you it. So of course, when you're on Instagram, it's not going to just throw you just random shit. It's going to throw you what you've been liking and what you've been watching that you like, not, you know, somebody else's. So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, it can definitely change your perspective, getting somebody else's view, and especially if you have somebody else's Instagram that you were on, because you can see their view on Instagram, because definitely when you're on somebody else's Instagram, you can see their different point of view, how they look at people, and it's just different, guys. If you've been on somebody else's Instagram, you would know. But yeah, let's get into it.
Love that.
With the algorithm and the fact that you never see those things, like I always feel like we're on a whole different side of TikTok than you are, and all it takes is just to look up like deep conversations on the internet. There would have been a Vogue article about we're not really friends, and then you would have looked it up, you know? So in order to change your algorithm, you just have to change the things that you're looking for.
But don't you think maybe like the algorithm in place is what's making it so dangerous? Because it's like they're pumping out these really terrible kind of like content videos, but also you've got like the attention economy where they're like fighting to get your information to then give to people, to put ads in your feed that you won't notice.
Even if you're not on social media, you know it's gonna do that anyway. Like if you're searching anything up, like if you're searching something up on Safari and you go onto your computer, onto Chrome, the ads will probably be the same. You know,
Right.
it's
It's
just
just the internet.
It's just technology, you know.
Right.
I sat down here saying that social media makes people antisocial, but hearing Alexa and Alex speak, it makes me remember that social media isn't just, you know, the whole TikTok scene. It's also schools. There's clubs and stuff. I've made a couple new friends from social media because they live in Ventura, I live in San Diego. So I don't think it's necessarily just the whole big fame thing. There's also the smaller groups. Yeah, I'd like to say social media changed my life. I'm more confident. I actually think about what I wear. I used to just roll out of bed, grab what's near. I do see how social media can be bad, but I like to think of it in a positive light.
I have been bullied on social media.
I know you guys remember like those Musical.ly days. I feel like that was my biggest bullying, because it's like it's just like entering a whole different society. It's just like when you're going out, you're making videos, you don't really know what you want to post or what you want to do or what you want to look like. So it is going to be cringy at first, and it's not going to be great.
Musical.ly was definitely a dark time. More recently, I did have a hate account on Instagram. They like told me to kill myself and told me that like because I was upset about my pet dying that I should kill myself, and that I like was ugly and that I looked like a clown. And yeah,
And this is a problem too, guys. You know, cyberbullying and shit like that, especially on platforms that haven't really developed yet, because no one really knows. So when a platform just starts and when you're doing hate and stuff on a platform that just started, it's kind of hard to kind of report that. So most of the time what ends up happening is they end up getting bullied off the website, basically. So it's just a lot of this type stuff going on now, but it's starting to kind of, I guess, go down, but depending on who reports it or who manages the website, because a lot of this shit still happens, guys. So don't let people bully you off the internet, bro.
really let it get to me for a long time. But then I realized, you know, like they're only making fun of me because I'm giving them attention about it. So I just had to like block them from all my accounts and block all the people they were following and block all the people that were following them. And then I just had to stop looking. And if I don't look at it, then I don't know what they're saying.
Right, and that's the thing. It's just like once you stop looking into it, you just stop feeding the fire and it will die eventually because you just don't even pay it no mind.
I don't have a big following, so it's mostly people I know. Usually it's TikToks, and it's not with my name in it, but you can tell that it's implied towards me. And I try not to comment, but like there's some points where they're coming out and saying like completely false things about me. Posting and hating on someone through the internet is completely different from in person because it's there forever. You don't have control over that because it's up to them to delete it.
So I have had rude comments been made about me, but I've never been like heavily cyberbullied because I don't really have a big following and because of the community that I'm in. I've just read hundreds of stories about kids who like felt like they wanted to kill themselves because of the rude comments they were getting. And I just remember like there were nights when I would cry and I'd be so upset because I couldn't really do anything about it.
My cyberbullying experience, the first like big one, I was in like this like dance team, right? And I was the shortest kid, the fattest kid, and like one of like 3 Asians. So I clearly stuck out no matter what I did. And you know, like after practice, like all the girls would like do that like 2014 like ass out like please and like the duck face thing pose. One day like one of them like invited me to take the photo with them, and I thought like this was the only way you could pose on Instagram. So like I did it, and then they took the photo and they were all like laughing and they started uploading it. I didn't know why. Over like the next 2.5, 3 years, they would continuously like bring me into the photo. Like I would never just go up. They'd always ask me, hey, do you want to be in the photo? Do you want to be in the photo? So I felt like I was being included. But when I like got a phone and when I got an Instagram and when I started following like my fellow dance team members, I would look at their Instagrams and like from the beginning, it's photos of me. They'll zoom in on me and they'll be like, look at that fat thing, that fucking monster. Like, is it trying to pose? Like, what does that thing think it is? Like, do they think they're cute? I was in like fucking elementary school. Like, I don't know how to deal with myself. Like, I barely know how to open a peanut butter jar, and you expect me to know how to deal with people calling me it and like a monster.
Wow. Yeah. So basically, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So they were basically trying to put her out there. She wasn't trying to be in it. They were trying to pull her in, basically saying that, okay, we know you don't look good. We're going to pull you in so we can make fun of you, so other people can see you, so we can get some type of clout off of it. That's exactly how this went, bro. There are people like this all over the world, and they do it consistently and constantly without no remorse. But anyway, guys, this is part 1 of Has Social Media Harmed These Teens Jubilee video. So I'm going to do part 2 later on. Drop down in the comments down below what you think, and I'll be back at you guys with another video.